Hi everybody, or whoever. This is my very first Facebook Live event ever. So my name's Tanya Chappell and I teach yoga. I have a class at Gainesville Health and Fitness where I have a big group of wonderful students, and I've had some of them reach out to me and let me know that they're missing their class and I am missing them. I didn't expect to get emotional. This is a scary time for everybody. So I think it is wonderful that we have this kind of technology that we can still stay together. So forgive me, never expected this. So I'm here on the Suwannee River at my house, and it's a little smoky outside today, so my allergies might be acting up a little bit as we move through this. But I wanted you guys to be able to enjoy this beautiful view that I enjoy all the time. And it makes having to quarantine so much nicer, and I feel bad for anybody that is not able to get outdoors. So today I am going to teach my class that I normally teach at the Gainesville Health and Fitness Center on Wednesdays at 11. Hi to any of those students. Thank you guys for coming. And so this class is called Strength and Focus. And the reason I call it that is because we are going to be working on strengthening the body and at the same time focusing on our breath work. So we do a breath, it's called the Ujjayi, or the yoga breath, or the three-part breath. So the Ujjayi breath is a breath that originates in your low belly, and then you bring it into your mid belly, all the way into your upper chest, and you pause just to kind of see how that feels. And then you release it from the upper chest, the mid belly, and the lower belly. And then again, pausing to notice how that feels to have no air. And then you begin a new breath. So you're following the breath with your mind's eye through the three parts of the body. And then we are also using an ocean breath in the back of our throat. So we're constricting the back of our throat to make the ocean breath, or like you're kind of fogging a mirror. And by doing this breath, it kind of really centers you in the body. It slows your heart rate. It lowers your blood pressure, calms your sympathetic nervous system. We're breathing in and out the nose. So nostril breathing is scientifically proven to increase memory and focus. And while we're holding these poses, we work with this breath. And I also start the class with, about 3 or 4 minutes of the Ujjayi breath. So that's called a pranayama. And that just means breath work. And so we're going to start the class here soon, but a couple of things I wanted to mention. So if you're new to yoga, new people can come to my class. I have old people, young people like me, middle-aged people, people with injuries. Today I'm still nursing that swollen knee, and I got a cut on my toe and a cut on my back foot, so I may have to modify some of my poses today. And if you have injuries, you've got to listen to that. We're definitely going to be challenging you, but at the same time, you need to focus on making sure that it's just challenge that you're feeling and not pain. So if it's pain, you need to back off. I had a friend tell me that he may join the class and he's got a bad back. So you definitely have to listen and kind of be able to decipher the difference in between the challenge, because we are going to challenge you. So that would be the muscles being challenged, never the joints. So anything that I do, you're welcome, obviously, because we're in a Facebook Live scenario, but you are welcome to modify it however you need to. And as I tell my students in the class, you're also welcome to just stay in child's pose the whole time if you want. So, a couple of things to know in my class. We do a lot of down dogs to plank right in the very beginning to start warming up your core and really get you into the class. Some things you want to remember about this is you want to use your core. So when I tell you throughout the class to use your core, that means pull the belly button into the spine, kind of tuck the rib cage, and clench your perineum muscle like you're doing a Kegel exercise. That's your core. It involves your hamstrings, your quads. So you want to maintain a tight core throughout the class. And the other thing is anytime that your wrists and your palms are in the mat, you need to protract away in between the shoulder blades. Kind of like you're trying to keep the mat from coming up off of the ground. So we're getting ready to have a boat go by. You may not be able to hear when it goes by, but you can enjoy it. And so you can go ahead and start getting comfortable, whether you want to lay down or be seated. So we're going to have distractions throughout the class. I may have to adjust the umbrella, but one of the beauties of yoga is the work is really in quieting the mind. So no matter what's going on around us, we can acknowledge and we can know that that's happening, but we're not going to engage in it. We're not going to get distracted by it. We're just going to acknowledge and then let it go. It's all part of it. So you're not trying to stop your mind from thinking. It is the mind's job to think. So your part is to learn how to not completely, but to redirect the thought. Every time it drifts away, you redirect it right back to your breath. And when we do that Ujjayi ocean breath, that really helps quiet the mind and it brings you more inward. So we're going to go ahead and get started. I do, again, like I said, I start with like a 3 to 4 minute breath meditation. And you can do this laying down or seated. Put the palms on the knees, either up or down, whichever you prefer. Some people like to do it up. They feel like that allows more energy to come in. Some people want to calm energy and put the palms down. So stack your spine. Your shoulders are over your hips, ears are over the shoulders. Lift the chest, tuck the chin, close your eyes. And we're just going to start noticing your breath. You're not trying to change the breath, just noticing it right now. Noticing the coolness of the breath on the inhale, how it's warmed by your nostrils on the exhale. Noticing where the breath is originating in the body. And let's all start bringing that breath to originate first in the low belly by filling the low belly full of air like a balloon. And then bringing it into the mid belly, all the way into the upper chest. Pausing, just noticing. And then exhaling, upper chest, mid belly, low belly. Blow all the air out. Pause. Notice how it feels to have no air. And then begin a new breath. The low belly fills with air, mid belly, all the way into the upper chest. Exhaling, upper chest, mid-belly, low belly, blowing all the air out. Continue with your 3-part breathing, and now we're going to start bringing sound to the breath by constricting the back of the throat and making the ocean sound in the back of your throat, or like you're fogging a mirror. And now we have deep 3-part ocean breaths in and out the nose. Just noticing when the mind starts to wander or chatter and do its job of thinking. Just do your part, use your willpower. Read redirect your focus right back to the breath. Breathe in a louder ocean breath to really ground your attention in your breath. Start lengthening our exhales. We have nice, generous, energizing inhales through the nose, and then lengthening the exhalations so they're twice as long as the inhale out the nose. Every inhale energizing, and every lengthened exhale slowing the heart rate, calming the body's sympathetic nervous system, lowering stress, lowering cortisol, reducing inflammation. The word yoga means union, and that is the union of the mind, the body, and the spirit. And the most powerful tool that we have at our fingertips anytime is our breath. The breath is what connects you to your more intuitive self. And when you breathe in through the nose, you're increasing your concentration, memory, you're also coming within, just a little bit more so than just normal breathing, especially with that ocean breath. You really want to feel that vibration in the back of the throat, resonating into the chest, allowing the breath to calm the body and quiet the mind. Acknowledging and then releasing thoughts, redirecting your mind's focus back to riding the breath like a wave through the body, feeling and hearing your ocean breath grounding into yourself. Every time you redirect your focus away from find there? Hold a much higher vibration. You may find that answers to problems just seem to bubble up from here. So we're going to finish up our Ujjayi ocean breathing with 5 of your deepest, longest ocean breaths yet. If you haven't been able to focus on the breath throughout the first part of the class, just use these last 5 breaths. Even that makes a difference. When we quiet the mind that we can connect with the self, the soul. Allowing that soul, that spirit to guide you. Three more breaths. Last breath. And then slowly opening your eyes. You're also welcome to keep the eyes closed. We're going to move through some warming up exercises. We're going to start warming up the core. Again, if you're just joining us, we're live on the Suwannee River. I'm Tanya Chappell. This is our Strength and Focus yoga class. First time Facebook Live. I hope you can hear me. I'll just get better from here. Practice makes perfect. I may have to adjust my umbrella, so just bear with any boats going by. And let's go ahead and get started with some warm-ups. So we're just coming to a comfortable seat. If you were laying down for your meditation, just go ahead and coming back to a comfortable seat, feeling your sit bones grounded on the mat, bringing the palms to rest beside you on each side of you on the floor by the mat. We're going to take the right hand up to the sky, reach up out of the shoulder, and then lean over to the left, ground the right sit bone, and grow this right arm longer. 3 deep breaths into the right rib cage. Remember, we're breathing in and out of the nose through the entire class. Right hand comes down, left hand comes up, reach high and over. Ground the left sit bone and grow this left arm longer. Breathe 3 breaths into the left rib cage. Every exhale lengthening. Left hand comes down, right hand's up and over. Ground and grow. Breathe. And then the right hand comes down. Last time, left hand up and over. And ground and grow. Breathe. And then bringing the palms to the knees, chest forward, circle over the left knee, arch to the back wall, and then over the right knee. Take your time, hang out anywhere that's feeling especially good. Use the breath. So we're still breathing in and out of the nose through the entire class. And then pause and go the opposite direction a few times. And then stacking the spine. Let's go ahead and come into tabletop, we'll do a couple of cat and cows. So remember, palms in the mat mean you press away, arch between the shoulder blades, protract in the shoulders. In the beginning, when you're doing a lot of these, it may be a little tough on your wrists, so take a break. You don't have to do all of them. Let's go ahead and tuck the tailbone, tuck the head, arch the back into cat, and then reverse it. Lift the tailbone, lift the crown, lift the chin, back and forth a few times. Using the ocean breath in and out the nose through the entire class. And then coming into tabletop. We got a boat coming, so we'll have to bear with that. So again, pressing away. We're going to take the right leg out long, coming onto the ball of the right foot. Press the heel to the back wall just for a nice little stretch. And then lift that right leg, align it with the spine. Press the heel to the back wall and point the toes at the floor. You're grounding into your palms, so you can stay here or ground into this right hand and take the left arm right up next to the ear. So we're in pointer. You're really pressing into the mat with this right palm and with the top of the left foot. And you're reaching in opposition, using the breath. You're still not holding the breath. You've got nice, long, deep breaths in and out of the nose. And then we're going to bend the right knee, take the left elbow to the right knee in a quadruped, and then back to pointer. Pause and perfect your pointer. And then bend and touch. And again, pausing, perfecting that pointer. And you have 3 more of these. Use your breath, nice long deep breaths in and out of the nose, lengthening your exhales. And then coming down on that side, we're going to move to the other side. Take the come onto the ball of the left foot, press the heel to the back wall, lift that left leg, align it with the spine, ground into the left hand and lift the right arm. You're in your bird dog. Check out your breath. Make sure you're not holding the breath. Pull the belly button into the spine to really ground into your core. Protract away in that left shoulder. Reach in opposition. See how much in alignment you can get your arm and leg with your spine. You're looking at the floor. And then we're going to bend and touch, quadruped, and back to pointer. Pause, perfect your pointer. And then knee to elbow. And you have 3 more. Again, you can take a break. You could stay in pointer. You don't have to do the quadruped. And you could also go to child's pose anytime you want. And then coming down on that side, we're going to go ahead. Now we're going to start moving into a little bit more core strengthening parts of this class. And again, it's called Strength and Focus, so it's not necessarily a, it's an energetic class, I guess I'll put it that way. So we're gonna get our workout, but you don't have to do everything. And it's actually been a little while since I have done any of my workouts, so I probably won't be able to do everything. So let's go ahead and get started. We're gonna tuck the toes, lift the knees off the mat. Here, let me change my music, excuse me. All right, tuck the toes, lift the knees off the mat, put your entire torso on your lap. You're looking down towards your toes, and then slowly straighten your legs, coming into down dog. Bend your knees, maybe pedal your feet a little bit. Just starting to warm up a little bit in the back of the legs. Sinking down into the center of the chest, in between the elbows. And then go ahead and straighten the legs. Start working on bringing the soles of the feet towards the mat. I'm going to turn this music down a little. So we're bringing the soles of the feet down, sinking down into the chest, into the armpits. We're going to ground into the right foot and take the left foot up to the sky in a one-legged down dog. Bend your knee and reach those toes behind you in a twisted down dog. Now you can skip this, stay in down dog if this is not for you. And then straighten that leg, bringing it right back down to the floor. Move to the other side, right foot draws a line up the wall, reach for the sky, bend that right knee, reach the toes for the floor behind you. Breathe into the right rib cage. And then straightening that leg, bringing the foot back down. Moving to the other side, left foot reaches for the sky, bend the knee, reach the toes behind you. Now come into a hover plank. Now again, you can come down to tabletop here if you want. Bend that left knee, bring it to the right elbow in a twisted plank, and then back to a one-legged down dog, twisted down dog, hover plank, knee to elbow. You have 3 more of these. Use your breath. If you want to modify it, you could simply do down dog, plank, tabletop. Nice long deep breaths in and out of the nose. Last one. We're moving to the other side. Right foot reaching high. Bend the knee, reach the toes for the floor. Hover plank. Right knee, left elbow. One-legged down dog. Twisted down dog. Hover plank, protracting in the shoulders. Knee to elbow. 3 more. Use your breath or take a break. Nice long deep breath still in and out of the nose. And when you're done, step back to down dog. Perfect your down dog. And then coming to the knees, press back to child's pose. Connect with your breath. Nice long deep breaths in and out the nose. So it's getting hot out here. I knew it would once the clouds lifted. All right, coming back into tabletop. Tuck the toes, press back to down dog. Ground into the right foot, left foot to the sky. Bend the knee, twisted down dog. Hover plank. This time we're stepping forward, long lunge. Stack your knee over your ankle, press the right heel to the back wall. Engage the quad on the right leg and the knee to straighten your right leg. So you're welcome to stay here in your long lunge or ground into the right hand. Take the left hand up to the sky. Protract away in this right shoulder and stack your shoulder alignment. Shine your chest to the side wall. If you have room, bend that left knee a little bit more to get deeper into your hip flexor. And breathe. Long, deep breaths in and out of the nose. Take the left hand, draw a line down the wall, wrap it around the back, and look out over the left shoulder. And breathe. Slow down the heart rate by slowing down your exhales. Release the left hand, bringing it back to the mat. Drop the right knee down, engage your core, grip the mat with your feet, reach behind you, and then swing your arms up to the sky. And pull your shoulders down your back. Check out your breath. You're welcome to stay right here, or steeple the fingers and reach for the back of the room. Gaze forward unless you want to challenge your balance. Then walk your gaze up to the sky. And breathe. Bringing the hands down in front of you to the floor. Straighten the left knee. Crown of the head to the knee. Bend the left knee. Grip the mat with your feet. Engage your core. Sweep behind you. Reach for the sky and pull the shoulders down the back. Steeple the fingers. Reach for the back of the room. Keeping the belly button pulled into the spine and having your feet grip the mat creates like a tripod effect, and it really holds you more steady. Really got to keep a focus on engaging that core. And then hands come down to the mat, come onto the ball of the right foot, back to your runner's lunge. Step back to plank. From here, if you know chaturanga, lower chaturanga, or I'll demonstrate knees, chest, chin, and then from here you're pushing into cobra. Pull the elbows in, shoulders down, lift the chest. Stay here in cobra and I'll demonstrate the other alternative. When we lower, it's your choice. You could do knees, chest, chin, or full chaturanga to up dog. Protracting away in the shoulders, lifting the chest. Breathe in and out of the nose. Drop to the knees, press back to child's pose. Connect with your breath. Slow down your heart rate by slowing down your exhales. And then coming back to tabletop, press back to down dog. And perfect your down dog. Ground into the left foot, right foot to the sky. One-legged down dog, twisted down dog, hover plank, step through with the right foot, stack the knee over the ankle, press the left heel to the back wall, sink down into your hip flexors if you have room, ground into the left hand, right hand to the sky, pull the right shoulder behind you and stack your shoulder alignment. Right knee tends to splay out, pull it back in, engage that core. Engage the left kneecap and protract away. Really reach with these right fingertips for the sky. And breathe. Draw a line down the wall, wrap the arm around the back, looking out over the right shoulder. Unwinding, right hand comes to the mat, drop the left knee, grip the mat with your feet, engage your core, sweeping the arms back and up, and pulling the shoulder blades down the back. Breathe. Really grip the mat with those feet. Pull that belly button into the spine. Stay here or steeple the fingers and reach for the back of the room. Gaze forward unless you want to challenge your balance. hands coming down to the mat, straighten the right leg, crown of the head to the knee. Bend the right knee, engage the core, sweep the arms all the way up to the sky, pull those shoulders down the back, steeple the fingers, reach for the back of the room. Breathe. And then hands coming to the mat, come onto the ball of the left foot, you're back to your runner's lunge, step back to plank, lower chaturanga, push-up dog. Lift that chin to the sky, get out of the shoulders, don't sink down, lift your chest. Drop to the knees, back to child's pose. Connect with the breath. Slow down the breath with your elongated exhale. Little plug for Gainesville Health and Fitness. Coming back to tabletop, tuck the toes, back to down dog. Perfect your down dog. Sinking deeper, lifting that tailbone. Ground into the right foot, left foot to the sky. Twisted down dog. Hover plank. This time we're stepping through with the left foot, long lunge, but we're gonna swivel the right heel down to the mat. Take this right hand, draw a line up the wall, windmill around to warrior two. So check out your alignment. You want to make sure that the left heel is in alignment with the right arch. Your hips are aligned to the side of the mat. Your arms are right over your legs. Your shoulders are pulled down your back. Belly button's pulled into the spine. You're engaging your hamstrings and your quads to all help hold you steady. And now let's have 5 Ujjayi ocean breaths. Remember, in and out the nose. Every exhale, lowering that heart rate. Take this right hand, wrap it around your back, left hand to the sky, and then reach for the back of the room. Bend the left knee and rotate that left shoulder behind you, and then grow this left arm longer. And breathe into the left side of your body. Left forearm to the left knee, right hand to the sky. Then to the wall in front, rotate the right shoulder behind you, grow this right arm longer, bend your left knee more. Pull that stretch all the way down into your hip flexors, into your obliques. Breathe, nice long deep breath still, in and out the nose. Pressing back to warrior two. We're going to straighten this right leg. We're moving into triangle, and so I tend to have a long warrior, and I generally will walk in just a hair for my triangle. Totally up to you. Left leg is straight. The knees are still in, or the feet are still in your warrior stance. Coming into a T, and now we're reaching for the front of the room as far as we can, trying to get your torso parallel with the floor, and then windmill your arms around. Now you're reaching with your right fingertips for the sky. Left hand, if you need to rest it on a block or on your leg, you can. But I would like you to challenge yourself a little bit and maybe release it if you're resting on it for 1 second or 2 seconds. Reach the right hand for the sky. Crown of the head's reaching for the front of the room. Right hand draws a line down the wall, wraps around the back. Again, looking out over the right shoulder. Breathe. In and out of the nose. Release the right hand, bringing it towards the front of the mat, onto the floor a few feet away. Ground into this right hand. Left hand draws a line up, reaching for the sky in a revolved triangle. So remember, protract away, press into that floor, get out of the shoulder, lift the left fingertips for the sky. Crown of the head is still straight for the wall. Left hand comes down to meet the right. Walk the hands to the center under the chest. Hips stay aligned with the ankles. Now walk, leaving the hips there. Walk the hands out and come into a wide-legged down dog. Sinking down into the chest, down into the armpits. Walking the hands back under the chest, take the left hand under the forehead, right hand to the sky. Again, protracting away in that left shoulder, reaching with the right fingertips. Crown of the head reaching for the wall, not the floor, and you're breathing long, deep breaths in and out of the nose. Right hand comes down, left hand goes up. Protracting in the shoulder, pressing away from the floor, reaching with the left fingertips. Breathe in and out the nose. Calming down the heart rate by lengthening your exhales. Left hand comes down. Pull the heels into the body, bend the knees, left hand, left knee, right hand, right knee. Coming into squat, pull your shoulders over your hips, tuck the tailbone under, bringing the hands into prayer. Find your edge. Bend the right knee, lift the hands to the sky, lunging to the right, again to your edge, and then coming back to the middle, going as deep as you can before pressing away to the left. Arms straight up in the air. Back and forth at your pace. Use that breath to calm the heart rate. You can do whatever you want with your hands, but every time your arms are in the air, you're getting your heart rate up. Then you're using your breath to bring the heart rate down. That's how we're showing your body how to effectively handle stress. We're going to do one more on each side. Coming to your edge. And then back to a T. I'll admit I threw this in because I play volleyball. So all my volleyball friends out there, do this. All right, we're gonna move our feet back to your yoga stance. Back to your warrior 2, Virabhadrasana. Take the left hand, windmill the hands to the mat, runner's lunge. So you're back on the ball of the right foot. Make sure the knees back under the shoulder. Step back to plank, lower chaturanga, push-up dog. So I get cramps in my feet, and I'm often on the balls of my feet. But I think technically you're supposed to be on the tops of the feet. But anything's better than nothing, right? All right, drop to the knees, back to child's pose. Connecting with that breath. Nice long, deep breaths in and out of the nose. Every exhale, lengthening. All right, so we're gonna do the other side. Tabletop, tuck the toes, down dog. Perfect your down dog. Each time sinking deeper into the armpits, sinking the heels deeper into the mat as you lift that tailbone to the sky. And breathe. Ground into the left foot, right foot into one-legged down dog, twisted down dog, hover plank, step through with the right foot, long lunge, swivel the left heel down, left hand draws a line up the wall, windmilling around to your warrior two. So check out your alignment. You're square to the side of the mat, shoulders and hips are square, knee stays over the ankle. Right heel in alignment with that left arch, arms right over the legs, shoulder blades pulled down the back. Belly button pulled into the spine, crown of the head reaching for the sky. A lot going on. Now, 5 Ujjayi ocean breaths. So if you came in late, the Ujjayi ocean breath, you fill the low belly full of air first, bringing it into the mid belly, upper chest, pause, exhale, upper chest, mid belly, low belly. We're also engaging the back of the throat and making the ocean sound in the back of the throat. So by combining, following the breath with the mind's eye through the 3 parts of the body, feeling that vibration and sound in the back of the throat, you are completely grounding your mind's attention in your body, getting it out of your head, allowing the mind to clear so your deeper, more intuitive self can surface more so that you can dive into that. Remembering those thoughts always hold a higher vibration. Left hand behind the back, right hand to the sky, then to the wall behind you. Bend that right knee and grow this right arm longer. And breathe. Right forearm to the right knee, left hand to the sky, then to the wall in front, and rotate the left shoulder behind you, and then grow this left arm longer, bend the right knee. Pull that stretch down into your obliques, and breathe. 3 Ujjayi ocean breaths. And then coming back to your warrior two, straightening that right leg, moving into triangle. If you want to shorten your stance a little, just walk the foot in. Arms are in a T, reach for the front of the room. Get your torso parallel with the floor first, and then windmill around, fingertips reaching for the sky. Right hand can rest on the leg if you need it to, but challenge yourself by releasing it occasionally. Reach the crown of the head for the front of the room. So I'm reaching with the left hand, I'm reaching with the crown of the head, pulling that left shoulder behind me. Breathe. Take this left hand, draw a line down the wall, wrap it behind the back, and look out over the left shoulder. hand, start bringing it towards the front of the mat. Ground into the floor, a couple of feet away. Right hand to the sky. Stack your shoulder alignment. Protract in your left shoulder. Press away from the floor. Reach for the sky. And breathe. Right hand to the floor, point the toes towards the hands, leave your hips right over your ankles, and then walking the hands out, sink down into the chest, into the armpits, and tilt your tailbone up to the sky. And breathe. Walk the hands back under the chest. Let's take the left hand, plant it under the forehead, right hand to the sky. Pull that right shoulder behind you, stack your shoulder alignment, press away from the floor. Right hand comes down, left hand goes up. And the left hand comes down. Pull the heels into the body, bend the knees. Left hand, left knee, right hand, right knee. Pull the shoulders over the hips. Tuck your tailbone under, coming into your deepest squat. So again, here we're going to get the heart rate up because we're getting the arms in the air. At the same time, we're going to work with the heart rate, work with the breath, bringing the heart rate down. So you're putting your body in stress and then taking it out of stress, or teaching it how to effectively handle that stress with your breath. So find your edge, lunge to the right, hands in the air. Reach high, go to your edge. Coming back to center, left lunge. Use your breath. Slowing down every exhale. My right knee's feeling it. Let's come back to the center. Bring your feet back to your warrior two. So that was with the right knee bent, the right heel aligned with left arch. Back to your warrior two. Windmill the hands to the mat, coming to your runner's lunge. Step back to plank, lower chaturanga, push-up dog. Drop to the knees, back to child's pose. And then back to tabletop, back to down dog. Sink down deeper every time into your dog. Look to the front of the mat, bend your knees, step or hop to the front of the mat, come into a forward fold. Crown of the head reaches for the mat, chest reaches for the knees, tailbone reaching for the sky. Hands can be on the legs or on the mat, or for more of a challenge, you can reach behind you, clasp the fingers, set the hands on the sacrum, or press them to the sky and protract in the shoulders for a shoulder opener. And breathe. Release your hands, sweep them along the floor, up the wall, to the sky, and sit back in chair pose. So you should be able to see your toes. Right now my chest is kind of looking at the floor and I want it to look straight at the wall. Arms, I'm trying to get them as straight as I can, right up next to the ears. Belly button's pulled into the spine, hamstrings and quads all working to help hold me steady in this pose. We're gonna have 5 Ujjayi breaths. We're getting our heart rate up. We're gonna use the breath to bring the heart rate down. Every exhale, getting you deeper into the pose. Straightening the legs, bringing the arms down, around, into prayer. Close the eyes. Connect with the breath. Notice your heart rate. 4 Ujjayi ocean breaths to bring the heart rate down. And then opening the eyes. All right, I have no idea if anybody's still with me or not, or even joined, but I am really happy to be able to offer this class to my students. I miss you guys, my friends, my family, even if you just did breath work through the whole class. The benefits of being able to learn how to calm your heart rate, which is calming the stress in the body, equates the same way as the emotional stress. So we feel our heart rate get high when we're emotionally stressed and we're holding energy, usually in our gut. Use that breath to release that stress. Allow that energy to flow out instead of trapping it in the body. Alrighty, so moving on. Coming to the front of the mat, we're coming into mountain pose. So it doesn't look like anything's happening here, but everything's working. Shoulders are pulled down, core's all engaged, feet are gripping the mat, knees gripping the bones. Grow the crown of the head, strong, tall, calm mountain. All right, so we're gonna ground into the right foot and just bend the left knee. And then straighten this right leg, fully ground into this right leg and lift the left knee. Now bend the right knee. We're gonna hinge forward slowly, stepping back, find your footing first. You're kind of in your long lunge. Reach behind you, sweep your arms to the sky, bend that right knee, and sink down into crescent pose, also called Vanarasana. Pull the shoulder blades down the back, pull the belly button into the spine, square the chest and the hips to the front of the mat, knee right over your ankle. You're trying to get that right quad parallel with the floor. Reaching high, you could stay here or steeple the fingers, reach them for the back of the room. Keep your gaze forward unless you want to challenge your balance, then you can walk the gaze up. Check out the breath. 4 Ujjayi ocean breaths. coming down into prayer, hinge forward. Left elbow to the right knee, pull the right shoulder behind you, square the chest to the side wall. If you need to take a break, you can do this. You're also welcome to bend the left knee and come down here. Coming back to center, reaching high. Hands to the mat, step back to plank, lower chaturanga, and push-up dog. Breathe. Drop to the knees, back to child's pose. And then back to tabletop, tuck the toes, back to down dog. Sinking down deeper into your dog. Look to the front of the mat, bend the knees, step or hop to the front of the mat, forward fold. Staying in your forward fold or clasping your fingers, reaching them for the sky. Protract in the shoulders. Release the hands, sweep them along the floor, up to the sky, sit back in chair pose. All right, let's check out our alignment. You want the knees behind the toes so you can see the toes. The shoulders right over the hips, arms reaching for the sky, shoulder blades pulled down the back, belly button pulled into the spine, toes gripping the mat. 5 Ujjayi ocean breaths. Every exhale sinks you lower. And then straightening the legs, arms come down and around, hands into prayer. Close the eyes. Connect with the breath. Use that Ujjayi ocean breath to bring your heart rate down. And then opening the eyes. So we're going to move to the other side, coming back to our mountain pose, Tadasana pose. This time we're grounding into the left foot and bending that right knee. Engage the core, lift the right knee, bend the left knee. Hinge forward slowly, step back, whoop, into your long lunge. Sweep your hands behind you and up to the sky. Bend that left knee, press the right heel to the back wall. Straighten that right leg. Pull the shoulders over the hips, reach for the sky. Staple the fingers, reach for the back of the room. That sun's blinding me. Too much. Really reach those arms, get a nice shoulder opener. Bring the hands into prayer. Hinge forward, right elbow, left knee. Pull the left shoulder behind you. Square the chest to the side wall. We're breathing in and out of the nose. Coming back to center, reaching high. Hands to the mat. This time when we step back, you might want to hover plank. Throw the leg up, Chaturanga. Up dog. Press away from the mat, lift the chest. Drop to the knees, back to child's pose. And back to tabletop. Tuck the toes and back to down dog. Sink down deeper into your dog. Look to the front of the mat, bend the knees, hop or step to the front of the mat, forward fold. This time, we're going to lead with the heart and a flat back and a reverse swan dive, reaching for the sky, bringing the hands into prayer in front of the heart, closing the eyes, connecting with the breath, slowing down the heart rate by slowing down your exhales, lengthening the exhales. Your inhales happen naturally. All you have to do is focus on lengthening those exhales. All right, guys, I think we're gonna make it through this. Hoping the technology is still with me. It's been a beautiful day out here. So thankful for my students for reaching out to me. It kind of prodded me along so that I went ahead and stopped procrastinating and making my Facebook page so that I can share yoga with my friends and family and anybody that wants to learn about lowering your heart rate, reducing stress, clearing the mind, learning how to connect more within, in that place that holds those higher vibrations. Because we know anytime that we raise our own vibration, that penetrates out around us, and we raise the vibration of everybody around us. Same thing as when you come into a room and you're all stressed out, people feel that. So they're gonna feel the other. So if you wanna do something for your family or for your friends, first learn how to control your own stress, and that will ripple out. Okay? Enough philosophy, right? All right, so as my girls who usually were right here in the front with me say, we're through the hard part of it. Kinda, yeah. She says that, and then we always move into a few more things. But for the most part, we're on our way to quieting down the practice. We're gonna do a few more standing poses. We're gonna do tree pose, also called Vanarasana. We're gonna do dancer, Natarajasana. And from there, we'll start bringing it down to the floor, and we'll do a couple of hip sways, some pigeon, and then we'll start moving into our final breath pranayama, or shavasana. All right, so we're back to our mountain pose. Strong, tall mountain. We're gonna kickstand the left heel, really grounding into that right foot, pulling that left knee behind you, pulling the right hip behind you. Belly button is pulled into the spine, core is engaged, hamstrings, everything's engaged. So this is tree pose, and you are welcome to stay right here. You can scoot back just a little bit. Let me adjust this. Okay, so you are welcome to stay right here in your tree, or to challenge yourself a little bit more, you can take the sole of the foot and press it into the calf, the side of the calf, or bring it all the way up into the thigh, pressing the heel into the thigh and really growing longer in this right leg. So the whole time I'm in tree, I am focused on my feet gripping the mat, my belly button pulled into the spine, my crown reaching for the sky, my hamstrings engaged. So you're welcome to stay here. You could be more expressive with the arms in the air. You could steeple the fingers, reach for the wall behind you, walk the gaze up the sky, a little hard to do with the sunlight. And you could also challenge yourself further by just holding on to that left knee, or taking the sole of the foot in the hand, and I reach for the instep, pushing the hand into the foot, foot into the hand, really grounding into that right knee. Belly button's pulled into the spine. This is a good one to do up against the wall. So go to a wall just so that you can feel the pose in the body, because I think a lot of the apprehension with this pose is thinking that you can't do it, that your body doesn't work that way, because I know that's what I thought. I'm like, no way, my legs are too long to do this pose. But if you try it first up against something, so you don't have to worry so much about the balance aspect of it, then you can just work on getting that leg straight. And again, your body has muscle memory, so even if you just got there for a second or two and then let it loose, the next time you go there, you're gonna learn, okay, my body knows how to do this, and then you stay a little bit longer. But I'll admit, like, I don't know how long it took me to be able to feel comfortable in that pose, so I was up against the wall for a while. We're gonna go ahead and move to the other side, coming back into your mountain pose. Kickstand the right heel, ground into that left foot, and then move into your aspect of tree pose. Press that. My right knee doesn't like this today. Press the heel into the thigh, thigh into the heel. That's kind of a nice counterbalance. If you can push that heel into the thigh, thigh into the heel, kind of helps hold you steady in the pose. And then again, wherever you want to be with your arms. Got this umbrella above me. I'll cheat a little bit and hold on to it. How about that? I don't know if my knee will allow this today. Most likely my mind is the one that would get in the way before the knee. Yep, it was just the mind. Ha. The knee kind of likes it. Again, try it up against the wall just for a minute, even if you're just holding the balance here. Maybe get you a little bit of water. Yay, Gainesville Health and Fitness. I miss you guys. Miss all my students. All right. So now dancer, Natarajasana. I get a little bit OCD on my mat alignment. People know me, know that. So anyway, Natarajasana. Very similar to what we just did with tree pose. You're fully grounding your feet into the mat. You're gripping the mat, pulling the belly button into the spine. Lift the chest. Strong starts with that Tadasana mountain pose. We're grounding into the right foot, bend the left knee. Totally support yourself on this right leg. We're gonna take the right hand up, left hand out, bend that left knee, reach for the instep, and then square your knees off to each other. Right hand is reaching for the sky. Left foot is pressed into your hand. If you need to be up against the wall, this is a great time. Go up against the wall for this one. Maybe face the wall so you can just touch it. So keeping your hips square, you're gonna push your foot into your hand and start pulling that hand up behind you. So the goal is not necessarily to hinge forward. It happens naturally. I know some 12-year-olds that can put their foot on their head. Tammy Basin, Savannah, Christina's daughter, Kaylee. And then when you're done, maybe just roll the shoulders, loosen up the feet, shake it out a little bit. So that one's a progressive move. Obviously, you just take your time. You can challenge yourself by pushing that foot into the hand, pulling the foot up behind you, or you could just stay in the very beginning pose. We're going to the other side, left hand up, right hand out, ground into the left foot, reach for that right instep, and then push the foot into the hand. My knee doesn't like this one at all, so I won't be holding here long. And I'm not really pushing my foot in the hand like I need to because I think I have a meniscus tear that flares up. So push that knee into the hand, pull the hand up, and that counterbalance with that foot in the hand and the hand pushing into the foot really helps hold you steady. You're grounding into that left foot, really pulling the belly button into the spine. A lot of it is about the focus. You need to have a one-point focus on something that's not moving. Whenever you are done, just go ahead and shake that out. All right, so we have gotten through pretty much all the hard stuff. We're not gonna do, I practice crow pose with my students, and we're not going to do that here, but that's a fun one to do. Maybe I'll incorporate it later. So we're going to start making our way back down to the mat. Again, we're going to do some cool down poses, and then we're going to move into Shavasana. Shavasana, again, is a meditation. We do it laying down. We'll work with that Ujjayi ocean breath again. And even just 5 minutes a day practicing a breath work pays off tenfold or more, I'm sure. All right, so let's go ahead and start bringing it down. We're going to do a swan dive to get there. Reaching high, flat back, lead with the heart, hands to the mat, bend your knees, hop or step back to plank. It's a little tricky to get into pigeon, but just follow me or do it however you want. Bend the left knee, plus place it behind the left hand, and then drop down to your right knee. And use your right toes to walk that right leg out long behind you. So this is it for everybody. If you have a block, you can set it right here under your thigh. If you need to roll over to your thigh, it's okay. Eventually you can start pulling that right hip down and trying to come more on top of the front of that right leg. Pull the shoulders over the hips. My students and I like to practice releasing the hands, strengthening the back. If you're releasing the hands and it's twerking your knee, don't release the hands. It's just a strengthener. It has nothing to do with trying to be more flexible. You could also reach your hands for the sky. And if you would like, stack the hands, lower the chest, take the right cheek down, looking out over the left shoulder. Reconnect with that breath. Nice, long, deep breaths still in and out the nose. your challenge, or rather a twist in the low back. Take this right hand, thread it through, and drop onto the right shoulder. You could stack the hands or even press them into prayer. Or just leave them on the mat. You don't have to twist at all if you don't want to, obviously. Unwind, place the palms into the mat, pull the shoulders back over the hips. Stay here if you would like. If you want a little extra challenge, or rather like a quad stretch, you can reach for the instep of that right foot. Staying here, or even reaching the left hand to the sky. Sometimes I'm able to reach back there and get the foot. Not today. Not with this knee. And then hands come down to the mat. We're coming back onto the ball of the right foot. Back to plank. Move to the other side. I don't know if I can. We'll take this right knee down, drop to that left knee. And you can go ahead and move into your fullest pigeon pose. I don't think I'm gonna be able to do it on this side. So I'm gonna stay right here. Do you guys enjoy your pigeon? Just takes me a little while on this side. So again, you're always wanting to listen to your body. Joint pain you don't want to feel. Quivering muscles, maybe so, right? Strengthening the body. When you're comfortable, lowering the chest, stack the hands, take the left cheek down. If you want your twist, you're pressing the palms into the mat, threading this left shoulder through, dropping down to that left shoulder. You guys continue with your pigeon. I'm just going to give my knee a break. When you're done, going ahead and pressing back. If you want your quad stretch, you're reaching back for your foot. Hand to the sky if you want to help strengthen that back. And then whenever you're done, you can just roll over to your thigh, come to a sitting position. We're going to do a couple of hip sways, and then we're going to move into our Shavasana. Use your core. Keep that belly button pulled into the spine. We're lowering one vertebrae at a time, feeling each vertebrae setting down on the mat. What's there? We're going to go ahead and place the palms out into a T, engage your core, lower the knees to the left side. You can put a block or a pillow under the knees if you need to. Gazing out over the right side. Left hand can rest on the knees to really ground them into the mat a little bit more. Your right shoulder is grounded into the mat. If this is too much of a twist, you can move the knees down a little bit, and it takes a lot of the twerk out of the low back. Or if you want more, straightening the legs. Closing the eyes, reconnecting with the breath. Engage your core. We're going to bring the knees back to our tabletop, and then slowly lower them to the right as you ground into this left shoulder, looking out over the left arm, reconnecting with the breath. And then we're going to move back to tabletop, and then lower the feet to the mat. We're moving into Shavasana. You're lengthening the legs. Your arms can come and rest down beside you, palms down or up, whatever's more comfortable for you. Make sure they're a comfortable distance apart, and pull the shoulders down the back, and then maybe pull the heels away from the body, the hips away from the back. Rock the head side to side a few times until you find your natural center. Closing the eyes. Start moving back through your Ujjayi ocean breath. We're going to fill the low belly like a balloon full of air. Bringing it into the mid belly, all the way into the upper chest. Pausing. Exhale, upper chest, mid belly, low belly, blowing all air out. Pausing here to notice how it feels to have no air. And then beginning again, incorporating the ocean breath into the back of the throat. Nice, loud ocean breath in and out of the nose. Every exhale lengthens longer than the last. Following that breath with your mind's eye through the three parts of the body. Very normal for your mind to start wanting to do its job of thinking, problem solving, real or sometimes imagined, mostly imagined problems. Use your willpower. Honor yourself by being fully present for these last 5 minutes to yourself, with yourself, on your mat. Taking the time to strengthen your focus. On the breath. Allowing the mind to clear. Tapping into your deeper, more intuitive self or soul. Acknowledging and releasing thoughts. Breathing a louder, deeper ocean breath to drown out those thoughts and to fully ground your attention into your breath. nowhere to be, nothing to do except focus on the breath for these last 2 minutes. Our nature is to always return to what's familiar, what comes natural. So you have to practice quieting the mind, because unfortunately what comes natural for us is for that mind to think all the time. And that's good. We need it. We need all of those thoughts to help propel us further in this world. Inventions, creations, but you have to set aside time to quiet the mind, recharge yourself through your soul by connecting with that breath, giving the mind a break, allowing the mind to clear. So when the mind's clear, you're tapped in to your deeper self. You're raising your vibration. Raising the vibration all around you. Increasing memory, focus. Lowering stress. Slowing down and soothing the body's sympathetic nervous system. Lowering inflammation and cortisol. So we're going to bring some movement back into our fingers and toes by wiggling the fingers and toes. And take your time to roll over to your favorite side and just hang out there a moment. Reconnect with your breath. Taking a moment to notice how your mind is feeling, how your heart is feeling, your body. Remembering you can practice yoga off the mat anytime by simply falling away from the thoughts, from the chattering mind. You kind of sit behind, you see it happening, but you're not engaged. You're focused on the breath. You're calming the body, the mind, nourishing the heart and the soul, connecting with that self. Take a moment to notice how the heart rate is feeling. It's my wish for you that you are feeling much more energized and powerful, yet calm, relaxed. Slowly pushing yourself up to a seated position, bringing the hands into prayer. The prayer position of the hands symbolizes a reverence for life as we face each day and each situation as a gift of grace, and do our part to raise that situation by first raising our own vibrations. By doing so, you'll raise the vibration of everyone around you. So we're going to end the practice with the chant of Om. That's a connection of the mind, the body, and the spirit. Deep inhale. Om Shanti. Om Peace. Namaste. Namaste, guys. So, if I'm still live, and if somebody's still here, thank you for watching. Share with your friends if you enjoyed. Join us again. I'm going to try and do this every Wednesday at 11 until I see you guys again in person, and then I'll probably still continue to do it for those people that can't join us live. Leave me a message. Let me know if you enjoyed the class. Share it with your friends. Give me constructive criticism. You might not have been able to hear me. I should invest in a mic. I have one. I just need to get a Bluetooth one. So I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you so much for allowing me to do what I feel is my part in helping to relax you so that you can help relax those around you. Until I see you again, namaste. Namaste.